Here we go. Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Well, in our opinion, of course, Bob.
This is something I never thought I'd be saying. Will your chi help you feel better? And we're talking about the chi machine.
Right. But chi is a lot more than just the machine. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but first, before we confuse
let's see,
you too much.
before we get to even started. If you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, go over to the Facebook, Bob and Brad. We're nearing 50,000 people like you out there that we hope will like us. And if you like us, we're going to send some positive vibes your way. Maybe we'll send some chi your way.
There you go. I mean, I won't throw this, Bob.
Yeah, you wrecked it last time. So, Brad and I are practitioners of Western medicine, which means medicine. Sorry. We have no idea. Well, you probably you've touched on Eastern medicine.
Right. I practiced Aikido, which is a Japanese form of martial arts. It's anyway, we'll get into that in a little bit, but go on with what you're doing.
So anyway, but being practitioners of Western medicine, I don't want to overlook Eastern medicine.
Right.
We're not qualified to teach it, at least I'm not. But I thought we'd expose you a little bit to it. Right. I always think it's good to widen our horizons, right? And to explore the rest of the world. We're not always right and they're wrong, and we're not always wrong and they're right.
We need to work together. It takes two hands to wash up. Right and the left help each other.
Many hands make light work.
Right.
How's that?
So anyways, getting to the chi.
Can I talk about when this started? Oh, you started about chi first. Yeah.
Okay, so when I saw this title right away, it brought me back to my study in Aikido with the chi, and it relates to the center. It's physically, the center of your gravity is around your waistline, and the chi right below the belly button is how your energy force flows through. And so when we did movements in Aikido, we always thought about moving with our center, not with your arms and your legs. Everything comes from here. That's where your power is. When you breathe, you breathe from your center. You don't breathe from your mouth or your chest. You breathe from your center. Everything works around circular motions. It's very relaxing, Bob.
Yeah, and it is a meditative thing. Mm-hmm. But I think the thing that I've discovered about it is that it's very complicated. I mean, I saw one scientist spent a half hour explaining chi.
Sure.
So, I mean, to me, I understood it. It's kind of a life force. Some people describe it kind of as the bioelectric pulses going through your body.
Sure.
But I think the easiest way for me to understand it is a life force. I mean, but if you have high chi, generally you have less illness and less organ damage. Mm-hmm. And if you have low chi, that's when you can get sick and you can have organ damage.
Sure.
So we're trying to have high chi.
And that's what this video is about with our product?
Right. That's what, so this was developed by, well, the concept was developed actually in the early 50s. It was by Dr. Shizu Inu. I'm saying it completely wrong, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. But he was the director of the Japanese Health Association, and he liked looking at fish. He liked looking at the koi, the little
Are we going off on a tangent, Bob?
You think we are, but we're not. I'm going to bring it around. So what happens is, fish, the little koi goldfish, Japanese goldfish, swims like this, and that's how it oxygenates itself.
Okay.
And it gets more blood flow. So he said, why can't I extend that to humans? And you're going to see how this machine
I see where you're going now.
Yeah, it makes the human oxygenate, and it gets more blood flow, and he thinks it increases their chi. Sure. He studied it for like 38 years.
Wow.
And so it increases blood flow, increases chi, and in fact, we call it the chi exercise machine. Okay. In Japan, they actually call it the goldfish exercise machine.
Oh, really?
Yep. And then extended to China too. So do you want to get down and show?
I do, Bob. Let's get on with the show. I'm excited about this because I was using this, and it's relaxing, and I can see. Let's get it going here. You just lay like this, put your
ankles in there.
We got some padded.
And Brad's about to look like a goldfish here, going through the water. So it's got a nice dial here where you can put up the speed. And what's it not working?
No, I'm sorry. There's an on-off switch here. If you turn it on, it works a lot better. Okay, so there's a master switch there, and then a rheostat here that controls the frequency of oscillation. And I got it slow here.
And you're trying to match up with what your natural frequency is. Mm-hmm. And I don't know about you, Brad, but for me, I felt like I could kind of tell where it was the most relaxing,
Right.
and it was the most natural to me.
I'll demonstrate.
Yeah, now he's looking at you going
This
there.
is not for me. This is too fast. I'm going to slow it down. Very easy to do.
So it's got a dial, and you know, first I'll say about the machine, it's very well built. This is a well done. It's called the Vitality Swing. I also saw other different names for it, but it's a company US Jacqueline. I don't know, Jacqueline. I don't know how to even say that.
Wow.
So we're really having trouble with our pronunciation, Dave. But it is an expensive machine. It's $225. But if you are a believer of chi and you're a believer that this could, you know, increase your chi, it'd be well worth it. Now you're doing what, Brad? You're showing how it's working your center core, right?
Right. So outside of the chi, if I'm thinking as a physical therapist trained in the United States, I'm thinking, well, I can feel my pelvis right here in 2 points called ASISs, and it's clearly oscillating my pelvis right to left, so it's giving some motion and increasing circulation, hopefully, to my low back, my hips, and you know, as far as the knees, I'm fully extended, so I don't see.
Yeah,
it
you're not getting
as
any
much,
motion there.
but I can see, and you know, I've got, as you know, spondylolisthesis, a chronic back problem. Feels really good. I'm very relaxed. I could lay here for I don't know how long, but
well,
I'm
that's what
feeling
they
good.
recommend, Brad. They don't start off too long, 3 to 5 minutes, and then, you know, let it go, and then go to the next day. Work your way up to 15 minutes is what they're saying. Now, for some people, I saw this, and I was one of them. I didn't like to have my knees hyperextended that long, and one person suggested you actually take a ball like this, actually buy 2 of them, and put them underneath the knees like this. And I hope we're not, you know, desecrating the chi here by doing that, but
Right.
it is more comfortable, isn't it?
Yeah,
Tia?
and it's a ball that's underinflated, which is comfortable, nice and soft, and it allows that movement real smooth to get that movement back. I really do. This really does feel good on my low back, Bob. I had a patient a number of years ago that talked to me about this, and I wasn't aware of it.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Oh,
and it's
really?
like we talked and she didn't bring it in, but then you brought this in and it brought me back, and she liked it.
They've sold over 1 million of these.
Oh, really?
Chi machines, not this particular brand, but they've sold over 1 million chi machines.
okay.
So very popular. So from the eastern side, you know, the hope is they're going to increase your chi. From the western side of medicine, we look at it, and I think it would definitely improve blood circulation, right, Brad, and
Yeah.
oxygen. Would get some movement in your back and hips. I think it would help with swelling. There's no doubt your ankles are up, and you're
Yep,
getting some movement.
You got some movement there.
And I think it might help with meditation and stress.
Yeah,
You know,
it is relaxing. At this speed, I feel. As a matter of fact, this is our last video today, isn't it, Bob?
Yep.
I think I just may stay here for a while.
Yeah, I think, you know, Brad and I, we really do try to keep an open mind on things. So, you know, we're trying to jump into that eastern side of medicine too,
Right.
sometimes, just to delve into it and make sure we're providing you with all the facts that you need to have a healthy life.
There you go.
So-
Healthy, fit, and pain-free.
Go get that chi.
There you go.